Hello. So I have this job and I just had to move all the elevations on it. This whole house it's kind of changed a whole lot. So also the architect seems to be struggling with the idea of having a reference elevation, which some people like, some people don't like. So I need to change this up for him. So I need to get rid of this and I need to update these. So basically my reference elevation is 0, 1.5. And if you go over here, you can see that this is minus 2 foot and 1.5. So it's going to be an elevation of minus 2 foot 3. So I like to do it both ways, but generally this company likes to do it this way. So what I'm going to do is update this. So to update this, we need to click on here and see what the drawing style is. It's this one here. Now we can create two drawing styles, but I generally use the same drawing style and just switch it over and back. So let me go in here, open my drawing styles, and we'll go to that drawing style. Excuse me. Plans. So plan view 3/32. So this is the one. You can see I have a couple of different ones I play around with. So let's go in here and we just want to go in for the main part beams. So come into the object presentation. If you look over here, you can see alignment. So this is for angles. So if I click on this, we can go in here and we can see that it covers all sort of angles for the clips. And the representation type is, let's go back out, visible, hidden, top and front length. All right, so that's not the one anyway. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So we want to find main part beams. So if we come down here, we can see we have main part beams, side width, and we have main part columns, main part beams, main parts with studs. So this one here, main part beams, should be the one. Now I would recommend if we're going to change one, we shouldn't change this one because this is the alignment with the amount of studs included that are on the beam, which, let me get sidetracked again for a second. I'll just show you. So that one just includes user attributes 1, and that's where I put in the amount of studs when I'm modeling the beam. So let me go back and I'm going to pick the one with the beams, this one. And we can see if we come in here and if we change this, we have one with alignments and one with elevation. So let's change it to the elevation one, apply. Now before you update this drawing, just go in and check it's 1/4 to 1. So 1/4 inch to 1 foot. So go back up here and view properties is 1/4 to 1. So it will not change the size of this drawing. So let's just go back and use, and then we're going to select this, and most of the labels should update. All of them probably will not update. So as we can see, these have updated, these have updated. So most of them have updated. Now if you have gone into one of these labels and deleted or typed in anything, that label will not update because you've manually edited it, and the system will just automatically assume that you want it to stay, which is the right thing, because if you changed it, it has every right to think you want it to be whatever you wrote in there. So as you can see, this drawing has easily been updated to include the elevation as opposed to the alignment of a reference. The alignment of a reference works off wherever you put the camera. So if you put the camera in, try and put the camera in at the exact level. So I have the camera in at the level of these highest beams here. So that looks pretty good. And there you go. That drawing is updated pretty well. I'll go back and check everything else. So let's say we want to do another one. So let's go and do another one. So we'll do this one here, and we'll see it's 1/4 to also, and let's double click here. It is the same one. It should be the same one because I copied the camera up and just changed the name. If we go in and let's check, I'm not quite sure why my printer is printing out, but interesting. Oceanside. Alright. It's my daughter's bus pass for school. And another one. I don't know what's going on. Alright, still going. Sorry about this, 1 second. Still going. I'll have to plug out the printer in a minute. Okay, sorry about that. So, let's come in here. That happens sometimes when I come home with the laptop and I've tried to print something out of the office and it didn't work, so maybe that's what happened. So, camera plans, so we can see they're over here. So what I want to do is go in here, and I obviously want to move the elevation, but I'm just going to get rid of the reference elevation out of these cameras. Now you can see how far my beams have moved. So I should also move these down, right? So I'm going to move. It doesn't really matter when you have the elevation in, but I also like to just keep them. I don't know what's going on with my laptop today. It's struggling a little bit with snapping. So let's move it from this point in the Z direction to here. And you can see it's right on that. And we're going to delete that reference elevation. They're all there. If I need to put them back in, they are on the approval, so I'm not worried about removing them. And then let's move this one. You see, it's weird. It's like it's disappearing there. Alright, let me try it again. This is probably my laptop. It's probably not advanced steel. Alright. And did this have a reference elevation? Yes, it did. Okay. So remove the reference elevations. Some guys like it, some guys don't. Let's move this in the Z direction. Down to the bottom of that plate. Okay, and then let's go back in here. We had just updated this one, right? So now that I've moved the camera, this one is and this is the first floor. Yeah, I've updated the camera, so now this is going to want to update again. So if you go back to the drawing and go back down to the first floor and click on this, and you can see show camera detail not up to date. So it's not up to date, and it'll take you back to that drawing. So now I'm going to click on this drawing, and if I update, it probably will not change this. So let's just see. If I update, it's probably not going to change this. It did change it. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't change it, but that's fine. So if I go back to the model, it should tell you now that that is up to date. Yeah, so show camera detail. So it is up to date now, which is really good. So that's fine. So so that's good. So let me go to the next one. 104. This one here. I don't know if I want to put them all in here, to be honest with you. But let's just do it anyway. I might just remove. I don't think I want them all in. My printer is going to start going again. Let me see what's going on down here at the printer. Oh me, oh my. Printer's away again. Anyway, let me do this one more. And output, I'm distracted by this now, sorry. Output and use, and I'll zoom in here. The problem is I have some short beams, so it's going to look a bit screwed up, but I'll just show you again how it works, and I'll give you the elevation. On this floor, all the beams are the same elevation, so I would probably just add a top of steel down on the bottom, so note the top of steel elevation. But I can easily remove it by just using a different label, so you can see it's brought in all the top of steel there. So that's kind of it. It's easy, as you can see. I know people are a little intimidated, but it is pretty easy. You know, at the start my stuff was going all over the place, but it's not the case anymore. So alright, take care, hope that helps.